World Cup 2026, the biggest one we've had yet. 104 games across 39 days, across 3 host nations, Mexico, USA and Canada. Today, we're just going to be predicting the group stages, and maybe in another video we'll do the knockouts when it eventually rolls around to that date. So let's just get into it, really, because there's a lot of groups to get through. There's a lot of teams to kind of choose where they're going to finish in that group. So yeah, we're going to start off with Group A, which consists of Mexico, South Korea, South Africa, Czech Republic, or Czechia, known as these days. I have Mexico finishing this group number 1. I can't tell if it's just because they're one of the host nations, they're going to be leading their group. But I think they'll start off with the win against South Africa, and then they just really need another win either against South Korea or Czechia. So yeah, I have them number 1. Second, I have South Korea. I think their team just beats Czechia's, who I have in 3rd, which then leaves South Africa in 4th. It's not a good start really against Mexico as the first game, because once they lose that, they'll lose any form of momentum they would have gained going into the World Cup. So yeah, I have Mexico first, South Korea second, Czechia 3rd, South Africa 4th for Group A. Group B consists of Canada, Bosnia, Qatar and Switzerland, which to me seems relatively obvious that Switzerland are going to win that group. And I think Canada are going to beat Bosnia to second by goal difference. So it would be then, obviously it would be Switzerland, Canada, Bosnia and then Qatar. And then Group C consists of Brazil, Morocco, Haiti and Scotland. Could there be an upset? Could Morocco beat Brazil or draw against Brazil and then beat the other 2 by a bigger goal difference and win that group? No. I have Brazil topping it, followed very closely by Morocco, and then Scotland 3rd with Haiti. Group D. Group D is an interesting one because you've got the US, host nation, and you've got Turkey, who is filled with such great talent. Yildiz, for one, is gonna really build that platform that he's already got at such a young age. But I have got Turkey topping that group, just about, with USA finishing 2nd, and then Paraguay beating Australia, which may go against what most other people are saying. But Australia, realistically, they're not going to do anything. They probably won't even get a point, or if they do, it will come against Paraguay. But I have Paraguay finishing 3rd, with Australia then finishing 4th. Next, we've got Group E, which features Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast and Ecuador. And I've been seeing a lot of people predicting Ecuador to top over Germany in that group, which is just ridiculous. I know they've got like Pacho, Hincapié, Caicedo, but no. Germany are obviously going to top that group by a landslide. It wouldn't surprise me if they score, 10 goals in that group. To be honest, it just wouldn't. I'm going against that curve. I'm going Ivory Coast to finish 2nd, and then Ecuador 3rd, with Curacao finishing 4th. You see all this hype where people go, these are my dark horses in World Cups, and they flop. You've seen it before so many times. Turkey, for one, they were seen as a dark horse last World Cup, and they didn't do anything. So I think Ecuador are actually going to finish below Ivory Coast. Next, we've got Group F, featuring Netherlands, Japan, Sweden and Tunisia, which is probably one of the hardest groups to predict. in terms of that number 1 spot. We all know who number 4 is, which is Tunisia. But for the other 3, it could go in any order. But I've gone Sweden to finish first. I've gone Sweden to finish first, Netherlands to finish second, and Japan to finish third in that group. I know, Sweden to go with Netherlands. When Netherlands have got their first loss in like the last 10 games last night. But I just see it. I think, you know, when you got Gyökeres, Forsberg, Isak, Elanga in that front 3, they could probably go, you know, round of 16, level 4. But yeah, that's it. So we got Sweden first, Netherlands second, Japan third, Tunisia fourth for that group. Next we've got Group G, which consists of Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Or what's the gods telling me to say for this one? Because Belgium, on one hand, realistically aren't that good. Relatively aging squad with not much to go forward with. And Egypt have got Mo Salah and Marmoush, and that is basically it. With all due respect to the other people in that squad, realistically just those 2 in terms of like the top echelon of football players. But I've gone Belgium to finish first, followed closely by Egypt, and then Iran, and then New Zealand. Basically the way that the group's led out, it would be the way that it finishes. Next we've got Group H, which consists of Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. This one couldn't be more handed to you on a plate, really, for number 1, being Spain. They have the potential to go very far, especially with the continuity of winning the Euros and basically still having the same squad going into this one, and obviously having the world's best player in Yamal does help them with that. So I've got Spain first, I've then got Uruguay second, and then Cape Verde to finish third over Saudi Arabia. I think they can do it. They scored goals during qualifications to get here. I think there's a potential that they cause a fraction of an upset and beat Saudi Arabia in that match. Group I next, which is just as tight as some of the other groups in there, featuring France, Senegal, Norway, and Iraq, which I've got France finishing first. They're top heavy, you know, overpowering over any other team in this World Cup, with the likes of Dembele, Doué, Olise, Mbappe, Cherki, and that's just the top of those players. So I've got France to finish first. I've then got Norway to finish second, and then Senegal, and then Iraq. You're talking Iraq is probably one of the teams that are gonna go without a point in this World Cup. Group J next, featuring Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. Argentina, coming off the back of the World Cup, which usually comes with the curse of not necessarily doing as well in the next one, but they're going to win this group, aren't they? They're going to win it, they're going to thrive. Messi probably won't have much of an involvement as what people may be assuming, but yeah, they're going to win the group. Next, we've got Austria. I think Austria will beat Algeria to that second place, whether it's by goal difference or they beat them flat out. That will be determined, but they will beat them just about. And next, Jordan, another one of those pointless, not pointless as in they have no use in the World Cup, but they will be going pointless in this tournament, I'm afraid, for them. Group K next, featuring Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. Who's going to finish first? I wonder. Is it going to be Congo? No, Portugal, obviously. Let's not be silly. Portugal will win this group by a landslide, probably winning all 3 of their matches, giving them 9 points. And then I've got Congo to finish second. Why not? Enjoy the ride. Predict an upset. Congo to finish second. I've got Uzbekistan to finish third and Colombia to finish fourth. What can I say? It's just Uzbekistan's first World Cup. They're going to be coming with adrenaline. They're going to be coming with hype. Maybe not so much ability, but that won't matter. It doesn't matter on, you know, with these one-off matches that can happen in tournaments. So yeah, Uzbekistan to finish on top of Colombia. Group L next is England, Croatia, Ghana and Panama, which God knows how many times we faced these people in international tournaments. It's getting boring, to be fair, but I've got England to finish first. What kind of fan would I be if I wasn't? Next I've got Ghana. I know they've got off form coming into the World Cup, but you can't really write off the likes of Inaki Williams and Semenyo and, you know, other players that will be featuring for Ghana. And Croatia are just aging. I know they've got, you know, Gvardiol, who's a bit younger, but they've still got Modric, Perisic. I've not seen the full squad, but I assume like Kramaric and all those type of players. That's aging. That's going to put them on the back front against other teams like Ghana, who may have those energy to run in behind these teams. So yeah, Ghana second, Croatia third, Panama fourth. So that would be my World Cup group stage predictions, except from the fact I've not predicted 8 third place finishes, which I'm going to select Czech Republic, Bosnia, Scotland, Ecuador, Japan, Senegal, Algeria and Croatia. I think that's 8. If not, I apologise and you can just take off one of them at random because their third place finishes. Who really cares? Basically all you need to do is get a win or 2 draws and that third place is yours in the round of 32. So yeah, that's my group stage predictions. I will be back for another video to do the knockouts. Maybe, depending on how bad or good I do. But yeah, I mean, have a good rest of your day. Enjoy. Peace.